Shakyamuni Buddha himself praised Ksitigarbha in Sutra. You have generated stability of thought and the pure altruistic thought of bodhicitta and have eliminated the sufferings of immeasurable sentient beings. I see sentient beings receiving happiness as from a wish-granting jewel, and like the Vajra you cut the nets of others' doubts. You offer holy offerings to the foe destroyers, the qualified ones gone beyond, with great compassionate thought and perseverance. You liberate sentient beings from their sufferings with oceans of wisdom. Because you have no fear, delusions, you have gone beyond samsara. One of the most popular of the four great bodhisattvas. He is one of the four great bodhisattvas, and the most popular after, perhaps Avalokitesvara, and found in most of the great temples. The other two bodhisattvas are Samantabhadra and Manjusri. Ksitigarbha is the only one of the four great bodhisattvas portrayed as a monk, and not just a monk but a wandering mendicant with the great beggar's staff. His face is kind and gentle and unperturbable, eyes half closed in contemplation though he is walking with his staff. He is treasured and revered for his great vow to help all beings, including people trapped in hell. In his left hand, in statues and thankas, he often holds a wish-fulfilling gem, wish-granting jewel, similar to Ratnasambhava, the Buddha of the south, earth. In his right hand he holds a towering beggar staff, that of a mendicant monk. In Tibetan thankas, he is often depicted as a classical seated bodhisattva with crown, but the majority of depictions are his monk aspect. However, even when regally adorned in his Sambhogakaya aspect, he still wears the robes of a monk. Ksitigarbha is depicted as a wanderer with staff, like Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings, to convey that he wanders the 6 realms, to help all beings. This aspect of Ksitigarbha is the wanderer of the 6 realms. Famously, he helps even beings in hell, not just on earth or other realms. Sutra of the Past Vows of Earth Store Bodhisattva. The full sutra is hundreds of pages long. Often recited by practitioners is Chapter 2, which contains the vow of Ksitigarbha to caretake the realms between the time of Shakyamuni Buddha and the future Buddha Maitreya. Reflect on how I have toiled for repeated eons and endured acute suffering to take across and free stubborn beings who resist being taught and who continue to suffer for their offenses. Those not yet subdued undergo retributions according to their karma. If they fall into the evil destinies and are enduring tremendous suffering, then you should remember the gravity of this entrustment I am now giving you here in the palace of the Trayastrimsha heaven. Find ways to liberate all beings in the Saha world from now until the time when Maitreya comes into the world. Help them escape suffering forever, encounter Buddhas, and receive predictions. At that time all the division bodies of Earth Store Bodhisattva that came from all those worlds merged into single form. Then he wept and said to the Buddha, "Throughout long eons I have been receiving the Buddha's guidance and from that have developed inconceivable spiritual power and great wisdom. My division bodies fill worlds as many as grains of sand in billions of Ganges rivers. In each of those worlds, I transform myself into billions of bodies. Each body takes across billions of people, helping them to return respectfully to the Triple Jewel, escape birth and death forever, and reach the bliss of nirvana. Even if their good deeds within the Buddha Dharma amount to as little as a strand of hair, a drop of water, a grain of sand, or a mote of dust, I will gradually take them across, liberate them, and help them gain great benefit. I only hope that the world-honored one will not be concerned about beings of the future who have bad karma. In that way he addressed the Buddha 3 times. I only hope that the world-honored one will not be concerned about beings of the future who have bad karma. Shakyamuni Buddha's mission for Ksitigarbha. Then, later in the sutra, in chapter 13, Shakyamuni Buddha reinforced that vow, with a great mission. Earth store, remember this entrustment that I am again making here in the Trayastrimsha heaven in this great assembly of hundreds of thousands of millions of indescribably many Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, gods, dragons, and the rest of the Eightfold Division. I again entrust to you the gods, people, and others who are still in the burning house and have not yet left the triple world. Do not allow those beings to fall into the evil destinies even for a single day and night, much less fall into the fivefold relentless hell or the Avicii hell, where they would have to pass through thousands of millions of eons with no chance of escape. Earth store, the beings of southern Jambudvipa have irresolute wills and natures. They habitually do many evil deeds. Even if they resolve to do good, they soon renounce that resolve. If they encounter evil conditions, they tend to become increasingly involved in them. For those reasons I reduplicate hundreds of thousands of millions of bodies to transform beings, take them across, and liberate them, all in accord with their own fundamental natures. Earth store, I now earnestly entrust the multitudes of gods and people to you.